Welcome to DozoChem. This video covers unit conversion. Let's start with the example of converting 30 pesos to dollars. So we're going to need a conversion factor. $1 is 20 pesos. So the way you're going to set up your work is write down your original measurement, the 30 pesos, and then you're going to multiply by a fraction in brackets. And what you're going to do for the fraction is just copy both sides of the conversion factor, one on top and one on the bottom. The unit you started with that you're trying to get rid of, put that one on the bottom, so 20 pesos on the bottom. And the unit you're aiming towards, dollars, you're going to put on top. So you put $1 on the top. To get your final answer, you just multiply all the numbers on top and divide by any number that's on the bottom. So 30 times 1 over 20. And that'll give you the numerical part of the answer, 1.5. If you do the same thing with the units, you get this. And you'll notice that the unit you started with, if you set it up correctly, will cancel out. And you will end up with the correct unit in your final answer. Before I go on to a couple more practice examples, let me mention there's common metric prefixes you might see quite often. Centi, milli, and kilo. So centi means 1/100th, milli 1/1000th, and kilo means 1,000 times whatever your unit is. So you can use those to scale a unit up and down. And then at the bottom are just some common English to metric conversions that we're going to see in the next few examples. So next example actually is a two-step conversion. 25 milliliters to gallons. So good idea to come up with a strategy before you begin. So we're going to go from milliliters to liters and then to gallons based on the information we have available. So this time two conversion factors. So we write down our original measurement, as always, 25 milliliters. And then we write a bracket that does our first step, which is to go to liters. So 1 liter over 1,000 milliliters. And at that point, milliliters will cancel, and if I stop there, I would have the number of liters. So to do the next step, all you do is just multiply by another bracket right next to it. The unit we want is gallons, so we put the 1 gallon on top, and the unit we're trying to get rid of is liters, so we put the 3.79 liters from the conversion factor on the bottom. Final answer you would get by multiplying all the numbers on top, dividing by all the numbers on the bottom. And your unit will be gallons because all the other units have canceled out at that point. So you could either write your answer as a decimal number or you could write it in scientific notation. Either is fine. Next example, 85 tons to kilograms. So this one's going to be a three-step conversion. So we're going to need 3 conversion factors in a row. So we'll start with our 85 tons. We'll go to pounds first, so 2,000 pounds over 1 ton. That'll get us to pounds. Then we put another bracket right after it, 454 grams per pound, so we can get rid of pounds. Now we have grams, and the last step is to go to kilograms. So 1 kilogram over 1,000 grams will help us get rid of grams, and you will end up with the correct unit of kilograms. Multiply out all the numbers on top, divide by all the numbers on the bottom, and you get a pretty large number, so you're going to want to use scientific notation for your final answer. And last example has 4 conversion factors. We're trying to go from 1.6 yards to meters. So let's start given these conversion factors. We're going to start with yards, our original measurement, 1.6. We're going to go to feet first, so 3 feet in 1 yard. Yards cancel. Then we'll go to inches, 12 inches in 1 foot. Then we'll go to centimeters, so 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch. At that point, we have centimeters, and the last step is simply to go to meters. So now we're back to those metric prefixes I mentioned. 1 meter is 100 centimeters, and so centimeters will cancel. So final answer, a lot of numbers to multiply and divide, but ultimately comes out to be 1.5, and our final unit, because everything else is canceled out, is meters. And by the way, a yard is about the same length as a meter, so you can imagine your final answer should be pretty close to the original measurement of 1.6 yards. So there are other ways to do this particular problem. It just depends on which unit or conversion factors you have available. So that's it for this video. Good luck.